It's Barbara Borck-Hart, and we're back in my studio, and I've decided to continue the garden series, and it is a different garden than Kristen and Andy's garden. This is the garden where the Peacock was in London, and it intrigued me, so I decided instead of putting in Kristen's garden right now, we're going to go to London, and here's a London garden. It's actually the garden surrounding the area where the Peacock was, from the Peacock sequence. This is part of the stone wall, or the brick wall, that the Peacock was cleaning his feathers on. Anyway, the brick wall defines the edge of the garden. It's a big, overgrown area in an English garden that I just loved when I walked by, and I've decided to paint it now. As you can see, the wall is not exactly straight. It's sort of arcing across this way, pulling you out that way. There's a path in the garden in here and outside. And there's loads of big trees and lots of animals outside. So what you're going to see is this is oil on canvas. It's very wet into wet, and the flowers are going to be vying for the sunlight and the attention. So I've sort of suggested where some of the color of the flowers are. There's some hydrangeas in here. I don't know what these tall things are called, but they're projecting up that way, arcing over this way. And there's going to be some sort of trellised area right in here. You can see that the brick wall is a little bit more defined. It has posts at the edge, and the top has brick lying on it, and there is something behind it. Looks like the rest of the park is behind it. There's greenery. In the front, some of the flowers have started to emerge. There's leaves. I put in some of the darker areas to push things back, and I'm trying to make the flowers, or the clumps of flowers, pop out as much as I can from the darkness because the light is hitting them. One of the pillars in the back seems to need a little work, but the path is in, the garden area is in, and things are getting more defined. As you can see, the painting is getting busier. The wall has been in, and this is the garden where the Peacock was filmed. Excuse me, it's in Goodwood, London, and it's a very different feeling from Kristen's garden. It's actually more colorful and bigger, and if it's possible, busier. You can see there is a wrought iron trellis in the middle holding a vine going up like that, which pulls you up against the wall, which is giving you a slight arc and taking you out that way. All the colors are fighting for sunlight. I don't know what all the plants are called, but you can see these are some lilies over here. These are hydrangeas that are showing up in here, and there are gates that are open that everything's going to start crawling up. We don't have that much more to work on this. It's soaking wet at the moment, and I'm waiting for it to dry so I can put some more detail like down in here and pull it up in here. Then I will be finished, and I'll take you in for a close-up. Finished garden where the Peacock lives. It is in London, and you can see that there is a wall behind it enclosing the garden, or at least trying to enclose the garden. It's not really enclosing it because everything is going above it and through the gates and spilling out towards you. You know, there's lots of energy going on in here. You get the contrast between the green and the florals against the brick wall. This is sort of pulling. There's plant life down here that pulls you right up the trellis in here. There are flowers pulling you out that way, and these are climbing up that way, plus the diagonal of the wall and back. So you get this terrific energy pulling you all along. Now the Peacock isn't here, but this is the area that he lives in, and it is definitely lush and pulsating with a whole lot of color. We're going to go in for a close-up so you can sort of get a sense of some of the texture in here and see how that feels. Here's a close-up of the center of the painting, and all you see are dots and dabs of paint. Now as we go up, doesn't really look like flowers up here. It's dots and dashes of paint that your eye puts together and gives it a frame of reference, so you know, or you think you know, that it is plant life. Here's the column. I'm going down the column. Here's the plants, which are really nothing more than squiggles, dashes, and puddles of color that read as flowers from where you look at them. Here's the hydrangea, the inky blue into the green leaves, and some more overturned flowers. This is what the whole painting looks like together. You can see the marks on the wall, which is where I paint, from the other size canvases. Anyway, this one is finished, and it's a different garden than the other. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll get ready to do another one. Have a really good day.